Yeah, so getting this job was super random, if I'm being really honest. I was actually working for another company called Cargill, which is an agriculture company. I was working there for a year. It wasn't for me. It's stuck in a cubicle, and I'm a very outgoing, very personal person. And I love to travel on top of that. So I actually quit my job and I went backpacking in Central and South America for about 4 months. And then during that time, um, I wasn't even looking for a job. This job kind of found me. So pretty much my friends were like, "Hey, WSU is hiring. Apply. It fits your personality really well." Um, and on top of that, I really do value education, being a first generation student. Um, and the first to go in college, education has a place in my heart. Yeah, I just applied. My friends were telling me about it, and I applied, and I got the job. So this job kind of just found me. I wasn't really looking for it. So the reason I wanted to go back was just because the first time, it was just great. It was actually my first, like, I guess my second solo trip. So I don't have much to compare it to, you know. Um, And so with that, my boss also, she's really good friends with Jasir. So, she's been in this field for about, I don't know, maybe 15 years, 20 years. So she has a lot of experience. She knows which stores are good, which ones aren't, and so forth. I mean, the first time I went with Simple Ed, everything went great. We had a lot of students, a lot of school visits. They took care of me, especially being like my second solo trip. Um, other universities. So everything went well the first time for sure. Just as always, just the friendships, all the people that you meet, and the connections you make, and seeing those people again, like just here and the support team out there. So it's always great to reconnect with old friends. So I actually did recommend one. Her name was Sierra Parker. She was the one that joined us next or this tour. That we just did. Because I mean, I told her about my experience with you guys the first time. I was like, Simple Ed is a great tour. We went to many school visits. It is packed. You get what you get with your money because it's kind of expensive for to join these tours. So you're able to visit a lot of schools. Get those interactions. Um, yeah, I think it's most key is like trying to get as much as you can with your time and the price that we pay. Simple Ed was, we're busy for sure. That's a good question. Um, well, one thing that stood out for me was actually when I did a Simple Ed tour in Mexico. We went to the U.S. Embassy, and the U.S. Embassy there, I was actually working with like what's it called, the VR headset. And so that was something that, I didn't even think about it until we went there. And so was able to go through there because of Simple Ed, and we learned about that. And I actually learned more that WSU were actually on that trend too. So we actually have like a VR headset, like interactive campus map and things like that. So I thought that was pretty cool that, we're working with technology, especially like we're in an era where it's very scary, people with AI and all this, but it seems like, we're able to work with it to increase students at our universities, especially through this like VR headset moment that we had. That was pretty cool, and we were able to do like interactive virtual campus tours was pretty awesome. Uh, Probably not the right person to ask this question because I'm a very adaptable person. I think it comes with the job. Sometimes, there's no lunch, or sometimes you wake up really early, or and I'm used to that. I'm a very simple person, so there's not really anything that would bother me. I guess I don't know. Maybe a little bit old school. I guess would just be a little bit better communication. Yeah, I would just say continue. connection, especially. I guess it affects different people, but for me, being Latino, being connected very much is very part of my culture. And so, it's not like I'm not being treated like okay, we got his money, that's it. It's more,
I get
trying to keep that connection, keep that um, going even after the tours. Keeping up on social media and things like that, which is great for me. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but as for me and my Latino culture, we're very, when we make a friendship, we very value that friendship. We want to keep that friendship, um, and so I value that personally. Yeah, of course. Thank you so much. Bye bye.